Is this thing on?
Hello everybody and welcome to FTBIE EM with TechnoJock. Last episode we were getting ourselves sorted out with setting up our IC2 nuclear reactor, and yeah, we're just about there. I've got the ore washing plant made. I need to get water into it actually, I hadn't thought of that, give me 2 seconds. I've got some water over here, hopefully I can just dump it straight in from this tank, would be nice. Let's see if that works. I also discovered that I still had my electric kinetic generator hooked up to the power, which was probably draining a fair bit, which is somewhat unfortunate, but never mind. I'm gonna see, can I change things around a bit here? A little bit. Let's take that off. Let's put that on there. That'll power that. Excellent. Leave that disconnected just now. We don't really need this connected up at the moment, but it would be nice to have it somewhere. Why don't I shift that? And I could put it behind here where it's not going to get in the way, and I could still use it if need be, like that. And that work? Yeah, that'll work. Excellent. Yeah, that's a bit better. So, I'll shift that out the road in a second. So we've got some uranium ore here, not a huge amount, but it should be sufficient for our needs. We have our macerator. Now you can get this stuff, we need the crushed uranium ore, and you can make that the macerator, sag mill if it's nether uranium ore, and the rock crusher. So we've got a number of ways of doing it, but I will do it in the quiet way of doing it. So that's going to do that. That's powering up. I think we've actually got a little bit of power going in. Is it night time out there? It's the one thing about living in a bunker. It's difficult sometimes to tell what time of day it is outside. I should put up some sort of clock. Let's get this. So we've got, we get 2 lots from each, so we'll have 6 of the crushed uranium ore. Now I think at this point you're probably still safe to not have to wear your hazmat suit. However, I'm not taking any chances because radiation poisoning isn't pleasant. So let's pop this stuff into our ore washing plant. Does it not? How does this work? I've got no earthly idea how this works. Okay, purified. So it just seems, it is working. It just works very slowly. So let's see, this will come through and we should have 5 and 2 that it makes. Alright, we've got our purified there, stone dust and lead dust, helpful. Okay, let's put the purified stuff into our thermal centrifuge. And that goes in there. Now this will take a little bit to heat up, and we should get our stuff in there. Let's come back over here because we're going to need, I think, at least 2 loads of this. It seems to be struggling to heat up, probably because we've got very little in the way of power, which is of course exactly what we're attempting to fix. Yeah, that is charging at the moment, but of course is subsequently taking power away from what we're doing. Well, it's going to take a little while, so I'll be back in a moment then. Right, we're just about up to temperature. There it goes. And our progress bar is going. I cheated a little bit. I ran some HV cable over from our MFE that had some power in it. So it's losing a little bit of power there from that. So it's power from 2 different directions, so it heated up nicely and quickly. And we'll just have our, or here we go. So now at this point we definitely need our hazmat suit. So any attempt to pick this stuff up out of the machine without your hazmat suit on will result in radiation poisoning, which I think just having it in your inventory for just the briefest of moments is sufficient to kill you, unless you've got some other way of keeping you alive in the long term. Right, let's do this and this. We've got our 3 that we need in that direction, and 6 like that. Gives us 1 enriched uranium nuclear fuel. I've already got a nuclear fuel rod, and we can go over to our fluid solid canning machine. Now I think I need to get rid of this stuff out of here. Let me do that and be back in 2 seconds. Actually, I've just discovered I don't need to do that. I can just put it into canning mode and it'll ignore these tanks. And if I put that into there, we will get, in just a few moments, our first nuclear fuel rod. Bingo. Right, now we could go and bung that into the machine and it's going to make us a few EU, and that would be fabulous if not for the fact that very rapidly it would explode. So we need some other things. We need ourselves heat vents. These things. Now, normal heat vents will be sufficient for our purposes, just for one thing. One nuclear fuel rod produces 1 heat. 1 heat vent gets rid of 1 heat unit, whatever you want to call it. And we've got tin plates, so I need to do that to make the motor. And I need to extrude some more of this to make the coils for the motor. And I need some iron plates, so I'll be back in a second. Now with the iron plates, 1 heat vent. So we've got the things that we need. Let's pop down here. Let's go pop these in here. Heat vent in first before we do anything else, I think would be sensible. And pop that in there. Now, we need a redstone signal. We need a switch, a lever, and we need to go. Let's put our jetpack on, and I'll run this up and get a lever. 1 lever on here, redstone signal applied, and we have power. And more importantly, or just as importantly, our core temperature is staying down. This has been on for a little while, it's been working quite nicely. I just wanted to make sure that the temperature was all good. Our cable goes all the way up there, and I have been crafting some more stuff. Actually, we'll go under here and have a look at this before we go on to that. So we've got our little access hatchway here. So this comes all the way, that HV wire comes all the way up here and goes into our MFE, and then with a little bit of spaghetti wiring goes into this capacitor bank here at the bottom. Now it must be HV wire. The normal MV wire that I've been using elsewhere does not work for this, so needed to make a relay just because the layout of this, because the wire won't extend from there to there because it's blocked by the MFE itself. So this wire just goes up there and then to there and into our basic capacitor bank, which you can see is going up and down in the way of power. So, and in fact, what's this sitting at the moment? I think this will be completely discharged. Not quite, but it's going sort of up and down. It's sort of pulsing back and forth. We are working on getting more power to that. We need more of the fuel rods, which should be, I will be making the fuel rod in just a moment. I need to extrude some of those. So I need another 5 to do the design that I'm doing at the moment. And I should have a good amount of uranium and uranium-238 and 235 in there, so that's going nicely. The other bits of the wiring over here, that's the capacitor bank here, and it goes up through here, through some ducting, and comes out here and gets passed along through this connection to here. So as you can see, this is slowly but surely charging up. I've been using a fair bit of power anyway, what with our macerator, ore washing plant and thermal centrifuge, and the metal former's been on almost constantly as well. Let's get those extruded up. Other things that have been ongoing, been making a bunch of these heat vents, or making the stuff to make a bunch of these heat vents. Oh, I'm just shy of it, am I? Okay, right, so I need these heat vents because I need, for my design, I need overclocked heat vents, which require reactor heat vents, which require normal heat vents surrounded by copper plates. So we're working on that. I will also require 2 normal heat vents, a diamond and some iron bars to make these advanced heat vents. Now these overclocked ones can absorb they can absorb more heat than they can vent out. So they can take in a lot of heat, but if they don't get rid of it, they end up melting and overheating. But along with the advanced heat vents, then we can handle the load. So I need to be able to go and put them with some copper plates. These should be finished doing. Yep. Need to get the copper plates made up for our reactor heat vents. So we'll need 8 of these per one of these, and then we need the overclocked heat vents because we need the, and no, not because, but just we need gold plates, and I'm sure that I actually have some gold plates kicking about somewhere. There we do. Aha, excellent. And it was 4 of these per each one, and I need 4 of these. So I've only got enough to make 3, so I need to go and get 4 more gold and not pulverized, but metal format. Oh, really? I'm nearly out of gold. I've got a horrible feeling I might actually be out of gold. Full stop. Iron ore, nether gold ore. Right, let's go over here and pulverize this. Yeah, we'll get plenty of gold from that, that's fine. Oh, we have some more over here anyway. How's our metal former doing? It is getting there. I wonder if I could pipe into the back of that. I think I have a hopper. I'm not altogether sure if I need to put a pooling upgrade on, or if I can just get away with this as is. Now let's go in from the back. 1 metal former like that. Put that on like that. Is it? Yeah, that'll do. Cool. No. That there. Excellent. So we'll get these 3 done. It doesn't really matter about this hopper, I suppose, because I needed to eject these things as well, but hey ho, I can kind of line things up and get them working. Right, so with these we go, the copper ones round like that gets us a reactor heat vent, and then these ones like this get our overclocked heat vent. Excellent. And then we need to get something sorted out because I'm going to need 6 diamonds. And you know how many diamonds I've got? Not 6. I have 1. Okay, time to go diamond mining, I suppose. And did I do? Did I? Oh, I've been very silly, haven't I? Yeah, I need to go back over here and get some more iron. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the iron plates that I need, and then that is an extruded iron plate, so I need another. Not that many. In any case, right. Let's get these going. I think what I'll do is I'll go diamond mining whilst I'm waiting for this stuff, and I'll come back in just a second. Right then, we have got 10 enriched uranium fuel, and we've got 5 of these fuel rods, which will be more than sufficient. In actual fact, it's one more than we actually need, because we already have one in our reactor. We've got all the advanced heat vents and overclocked heat vents that we require, and we just need to wait for these to be canned up, and we will have a pretty good starting point for this nuclear reactor. Now, these fuel rods of course do run out, so that's why we've got a little bit more of this stuff. I'll put this over here out the way for the moment. Should really have somewhere a little bit more sensible to put this. Do we have? We've got enough to make one more fuel, and then we've got this stuff. So I think what I'll do is, no, I want to go back in here, and I want to store that somewhere that I'm not going to accidentally pick it up. So I'm going to put it up there, just out of the way for the time being. And we have 4 more of these, and I'm going to put that in there just now, and we'll have one sitting spare. Now let's go down and turn this on, turn it back on. So the design I'm going for is one that I made using a handy tool. I thought I had another one, and what just fell down? Alright, I need that other fuel rod. Let me go back up and get it. I don't know how I managed to miscount to 5. But it's not a huge issue. I do have it, so let's put this down here. So, yeah. Put those down there. The advanced heat vents all the way down this side, like this, and then the overclocked heat vents on these ones. Now the reason for this is, and I'm going to go over the structure of this, when you've got fuel rods next to each other, they amplify the power and the heat put out. So it's good to have them next to each other to get more power out, but you need to account for the extra heat. Hence why this one only has 1 next to it, so it's fine with the advanced heat vent. But this one has 2 next to it, so it needs the advanced heat vent and the overclocked heat vent. So it goes the same all the way down, and then this one only has the 1 next to it. And that's why it's laid out like that. And I will link the little tool that I have got, that I use to design this up. But if we turn this on, we should see core temperature staying stable at 0, and our output is up to 80 now. Now if we go up, make sure I don't have any uranium on me, which I don't. If we go up here, there we go. Now we should see this is going up a fair bit faster now, 155 RF per tick going up. And if we take a total, make sure that it is daytime out there. It is. So we have got the power coming in from the solar panels as well, and all of this stuff should be pretty much fully charged. It looks like it is. Yeah, nothing's actually running at the moment. All this stuff is fully charged, and we are gaining 155 RF per tick. And I think that there's probably a bottleneck somewhere. That's getting 200 RF per tick, so that's going up as well. And if we go back down to our access way, I think that we'll see that maybe even the MFE is gaining power. Is it? No, it's kind of staying stable, but this is charging up because it's not able, using the leadstone energy flux ducts that we're using, it's not able to actually transfer all the power that it's getting through this and into the other large capacitor bank over there. So I do need to think about getting these flux ducts upgraded at some point. I could just run a second cable up here and then run another one here. I think that would probably work. In fact, let me just test that just now whilst we are talking about it. And one of these days I will get this sorted out, but it just won't be today. So if we have two connections coming off of this, is that able to do anything? No, it's still going up, so it will be the other connection as well. That is, I think I only need the one for here. That is bottlenecking. Okay, let's go like that. Didn't even need to do that. And then it's still going up there. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because this isn't set to output. 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 And there we go, it's outputting properly now. So I could probably just run it. I could do it like that. Yeah. If I go like that, and like that, then I can put covers over that. There we go. So that is still going up. How's this doing? That's going up at now 219. Excellent. So I do have some covers somewhere. Somewhere, did I put them over here? I'm sure I didn't. No, I've got some covers for those. Where did I put them? Desperately need to sort out this ridiculous mess. There we go. Some of these concrete covers over like that and like that. That makes it a bit nicer. And like that. So that is fully charged now. This is going up at 200 RF per tick, which is great. It's up over 4 million already. I am happy. Okay, I've covered up the outside, so we've got these concrete covers. There is a little bit of a lump there where I've had to run the cable underneath there and cover it up, and there's no way of making that a half block. I might incorporate something else into the design so that's a full block, and the same in the other corners, just to make it look a little bit more professional. But that's not going to be there all the time anyway. Once we've got this set up a little bit with more power, then we won't need that. But I'll have a think about it. But that will be another time, because we've reached that point, folks. It's the wrapping up point. So again, thank you very much for watching the episode, and again, please don't forget to leave a like. It does help me, it helps out everybody else that's looking for this. If you liked it, somebody else might like it, and hitting that like button will help them find it. As ever though, folks, thank you very much, and have a funs.